Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel NTR Commerce Classes by Nitesh sir. Today I am going to discuss class 11th Accountancy chapter Trial Balance. As we know that this is a short video, so I'll finish the chapter in one shot only. Okay, covering all the concepts of this chapter. So, what is trial balance? It is the list of debit and credit balances taken out from ledger to test the arithmetical accuracy of the books. So you know that in trial balance, what we have to make in trial balance, we check the arithmetical accuracy of the accounts or the books. All the debit and credits we have to see. Like methods of preparing trial balance. There are two methods for preparing trial balance. One is balance method, one is total amount method. What we do in balance method? In balance method, we just take the balancing figure from the ledger accounts. Okay, in that what we have to do, we have to make likewise the trial balance in two columns. We have to make one is debit side, one is credit side, like we do in ledger. In ledger, the balancing figure, if the balancing figure is like to balance cd or by balance cd, if it is to balance cd, then we have to write that balance in trial balance column. We have to write it in uh, if it is to balance cd, then we have to write it in credit side, because there in ledger it is in debit side, we have to write opposite. But if the balance is by balance CD, then we have to write it in debit side, because by balance CD we write in credit side. So we have to write in trial balance, we have to write that in debit side. And if it is given to balance CD in any of the account of ledger, then in trial balance we have, because to balance is debit, it's showing debit side. So in trial balance we have to write it in credit side. It is opposite we have to write. So this is balance method. This is very simple. Only from ledger we have to write it in trial balance. If in ledger it is given in debit side, then in trial balance it will be written in credit side. And if it in that ledger it is showing credit balance, then we have to write it in debit side. I hope it is clear. This balance method is clear. Now moving towards next method, this is total amount method. Here I am going to discuss total amount method, which is given in chapter. So total amount math in total amount method, what all things we have to write in debit and what all things we have to write in credit. And this is the format of total amount method. Trial balance as on, then we have to write here date. Yeah, what all things we have to write in debit are all the assets we have to write in debit, all the expenses and losses we have to write in debit, because this follows the rule of nominal account. And what we have to write in credit we have to write all the liabilities, incomes, profit and gains. Why incomes and profit and gains in credit? Because again it follows the rule of nominal account. I hope it is clear. So it will give you the list to solve the question, this kind of question. Only you have to put the thing in correct place. Like capital, we all know capital is a liability, so it will be written in credit side. Loan is also a liability, it will be written in credit side. Next, if different things I'll discuss here, what things will be written now. Now here we can discuss, I have a list where from where we can discuss. Capital will go in liability side. Plant account, like plant account is there. If plant account is there, where it will go? Plant account, because it's an asset, so it will be written debit side. The same way I'll discuss. Like sales account, because sales gives us income, so it will be written in credit side. I hope it is clear. Purchases, purchases are purchases are kind of expenses, so it will be written in debit side. So sales account, purchases account, all these things will be written as per rule of nominal. So you just follow the rule of nominal to do this questions of trial balance. I'll discuss more like salary. Salary is an expense, so it will be written on debit side. Interest received is an income, so it will go in credit side. Sales return sales return is just an expense, like we have to give back the money, so it will be written in this. So I'm just writing salary. Salary will is an expense, so it will be written here. Night sales re sales return, it will be written on, it is an expense, so it will be also written in debit side. The same way, drawing is an expense, debit side. Purchase return is an income, like income, kind of income, because when we return something after purchasing, then we get back the money, so it will be written on credit side. Furniture is an asset, so furniture we have to write in debit side. Bad debt is a kind of loss, so we have to write in debit side. Discount allowed is a kind of loss, we have to write in debit side. Discount received is a kind of income, or prof gain, so we have to, it's not income but a gain, so we have to write in discount received, we have to write it in credit side. Debtors and asset, we have to write in debit side. Rent paid is an expense, we have to write debit side. Creditors liabilities, credit side. Bank asset, it's an asset, so debit side. Cash an asset, we have to write it in debit side. Stationery is a kind of expense. Stationery is a kind of asset, so this is stationery account, we have to write in, it is a kind of asset, so it will be written in this debit side. Apart from this, interest on loan, if we are paying, so interest on loan is an kind of expense. Interest on loan, so we have to write, it's a kind of expense, so we have to write it in debit side. I hope it is clear. Now next is depreciation. Depreciation is a kind of loss, we have to write in debit side. Salary outstanding, this salary outstanding is a liability, so we have to write in credit side, because it's outstanding, we have to pay one or the other day, we have to pay, we are liable to pay, so it is a liability, so it will be written in credit side. Insurance prepaid, we have, is an asset, because we have prepaid something, so it will function like a asset for us, so insurance prepaid will be written in this asset, debit side. Provision for doubtful debt is a liability, so we have to write it in credit side. Accrued income is an asset, we have to write it in debit side. Unearned rent, we have to write in credit side, because it's a liability. What is bank overdraft? If we are talking about bank, it's bank overdraft. So bank overdraft is a kind of liability, we have to pay to the bank, so it will be written in credit side. What is bills receivable, bills payable? What are both these? Now see here, bills payable. Bills payable means we have to pay money one or the other day, so it is a liability kind, so we have to write in credit side. But if we are talking about bills receivable, So bills receivable means one or the other day we will get the money, so it is kind of asset. So this is the chapter regarding trial balance. I hope trial balance is clear to you all in this one short video. So thanks for watching my video on trial balance. I hope you enjoyed and learned something from this video. For more videos, like, subscribe and share my channel with your family, your friends. Help me to increase the subscribers. Thank you.